What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Overbreak SP in the Mars Yard colorway. This is one of the most interesting looking Nike silhouettes I've seen in a while. This pair released back in January for a retail price of $140 US, which is the equivalent to roughly 180 Canadian. The official colorway for this shoe is Club Gold, Mantra Orange, and Fossil, and this pair earns a nickname because of its resemblance to the Tom Sachs Mars Yard sneaker. So I'm not sure, but I don't think this pair ever released in Canada. So I had to get these on the secondary market and I paid resale through StockX. Fortunately though, the resale prices for this pair aren't too high. They're hovering around 250 Canadian dollars, which honestly isn't that bad. So the Nike Overbreak is a very unique looking pair, as it basically combines an old school upper with a very futuristic alien-like bottom. So diving into the upper, for the most part this is constructed out of a combination of suede and nylon. So on the toe box, this is covered in this gold colored suede with this brown colored contrast stitching. Surrounding the eyelets of the shoe and forming this big U shape, we have another overlay of this gold colored suede, and then underneath this we have this fossil colored nylon. Stitched on top of this we have this Mantra Orange, or basically red colored swoosh, which is constructed out of leather. And you'll notice at the bottom of the swoosh is partially cut off by the overlays of suede. So surrounding the bottom of the back heel, we have another overlay of this gold colored suede, and at the very top we have another hit of leather with the Nike word mark stamped on in black. For the laces, these come with these very chunky rope style laces, which almost has a bit of this tie-dye look to it. Underneath this we have this nylon tongue, which is done in this fossil color, and at the top we have this very retro looking tag with the Nike branding and the word Overbreak in italicized fashion. For the insoles, these come with this fossil colored insole with the Nike branding on the heel, and they also give you a secondary pair of laces as well, this one done in this gold color. So the upper of the Nike Overbreak sits atop a very chunky Nike React midsole. This midsole is easily the most striking and the most controversial part about this shoe. Because of the way it looks, a lot of people either love it or hate it because of this fact. And if you look at it closely, it almost has this alien look to it, and to me it kind of looks like it's some sort of organic material, almost like it's alive. Wrapping around the front toe cap, we have this overlay of this semi-translucent black colored rubber, and this helps to give you added durability for the front end of the shoe. And we have additional overlays of rubber which is visible on the back heel as well, and this actually wraps up and onto the sides of the midsole. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your outsole, which for the most part is just simply constructed out of Nike React foam. We have that same sort of organic alien-like pattern that we saw on the sides, and to give you added durability we have these overlays of rubber which is visible on the top of the toe box, a small circular hit near the center, along with another overlay on the back heel. So that breaks down the look and the construction of the Nike Overbreak. All in all, it's a pretty simply constructed shoe, but I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, how do these fit? And for myself, I had a ton of questions before I picked these up. It seemed like I can never get a unanimous answer. Some people told me stick true to size, other people told me to go half size up, while some people even told me to go a full size up. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I decided to grab these in a size 10.5, which is technically a half size up. And overall, I'd say that that was the right call. I feel like this shoe runs pretty true to size except for this front toe box area right here. I think it's really shallow. And if you guys ever wore the original run of Yeezy Boost 350 V2s, if you remember, that toe box area was also really shallow. So oftentimes it felt like the Primeknit was just crushing down on top of your toes. So for this pair, I feel like it has a similar sort of feel because of how shallow the toe box is. If I was to go true to size, I feel like it'd be too uncomfortable because this top layer of the shoe would probably be pressing on top of my toenails. So by going the half size up, I felt like the width of the shoe was fine, and it gave me just enough added length to give me that added toe breathing room. Moving on to the topic of comfort, overall this shoe was very comfortable. I'd say that it's as comfortable as it looks with this super chunky React foam midsole. The thing I loved most about this shoe was that the React felt very bouncy, but at the same time very cushioned and soft. So it was almost like the best of both worlds, where it gave me that soft pillowy feel, but at the same time it was very responsive and you could really feel that bounce underfoot. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship on this pair, first off, from a material quality standpoint, I'd say that it was pretty solid. The suedes felt pretty nice, the leathers were not bad, but they weren't the best. But overall, generally speaking, I'd say that the materials were solid. However, the craftsmanship on this pair was definitely the worst part about the sneaker. I don't know if it was limited to my pair only, but there were a lot of visible glue stains surrounding the midsole area. And in certain parts, you can almost see where the midsole is starting to detach from the upper of the shoe. So this is pretty concerning. I don't know, again, if this was just a manufacturing flaw on my pair only, and hopefully it's not a common issue that's across all of this model. But for those of you guys that own this shoe, let me know in the comment section down below if you're experiencing the same thing. With all that being said, now let's lace up these Mars Yard Nike Overbreaks, and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. In my personal opinion, I'm not huge on Nike's ISPA line, but this is probably the first model in this ISPA line that I really want to add to the collection. I know the sole is taken directly from the ISPA over React, but I just think for some reason it works much better with this old school upper, and it's a shoe that I personally think that I can pull off much easier. Overall though, this is a beautiful colorway for obvious reasons, and the comfort on the shoe is exceptional. Again, the only thing I was concerned about was the craftsmanship, but if you guys were able to grab these at the retail price, which was honestly pretty low all things considered, I'd say that it's a pretty solid grab and there really isn't too much to worry about. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this pair. How do you guys feel about this colorway and how it resembles the Nike Mars Yard? And what are your thoughts on the Overbreak silhouette in general? Are you guys messing with this? Is this something you guys would wear? Or is it too weird and too strange, and is it gonna be a pass for you? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at sgo8. Check out my Twitter at sean.go, and check out my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.